Just about to start day 24 on the trail. It is Monday, July 19th. We've got to climb that later today. Might be able to see the fire tower up there. And we've got that to do. Got to get on trail pretty soon. So this is where we spent the night last night. Right over there in that corner. Got skylights. Little bench area. This is Spruce Ledge Camp. "7:30 a.m. Back on trail. Just came down the 830 feet from Spruce Ledge Camp. Come up those stairs. Heading this way. We got Devil's Gulch in just a little bit. We are entering Devil's Gulch. There goes Tupped bravely on into the gulch. So basically this is a big rocky little section. It's not terribly long, but it's got a lot of big boulders and stuff. I will do my best to video, especially as we get into the boulders. So now we're getting into the gulch, and now there's a set of stairs. Those are obviously new. I don't remember those before. That's very nice. So here's the stairs I'm going down. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's a lot of big rocks for now, and you can see there's rocks ahead. There's a little cave right there. We don't have to go through that though. And as you can see, the white blazes where Tupped is going. And I'm not gonna film while I'm doing it because need both trekking poles and hands. So we're about halfway through the gulch. The rocks are wet, but really it hasn't been, I don't think it's been terrible. Very, very appreciative of that first set of stairs. That really made it much better. We got a set of punching up ahead that we're going to go over, but very pretty little section too. It's different, kind of neat being in this ravine through here.
We're in the midst of Devil's Gulch, and Megamind is working his way through these different obstacles. You can make it treacherous on a rainy day, but it's still an adventure.
Continuing to work our way through Devil's Gulch. And we're about to go through a little cave. Tupp's coming out the other side. She made it. Now it's my turn to go through the cave. It's kind of neat. I'm thankful the rocks aren't any wetter than they are, but and there's your white blaze if you're heading south. So yep, That's where you're supposed to go, is through the cave. And just like that, we are done Devil's Gulch. So we just came down that ladder and that little section with the roots and stuff, and Tup says the sign should really be there for Devil's Gulch on the north end, heading southbound, but it's not. So there's the Babcock Trail, which will take you to the same place that we are going, but not via the long trail. And this is part of the Babcock Trail, and it goes down to Ritterbush Pond. We're not going there today. We're heading north on the long trail. So we're making our way towards Route 118, coming up to, there's going to be an overlook of Ritterbush Pond, but Tup was pointing out these awesome stairs, which would be great to have on more sections of the long trail, because it's not just that it makes it easier walking, but it really helps with the erosion. Makes a huge difference. We've reached the overlook of Ritterbush Pond. Can't, through the trees it's a little difficult to see. Zoom in a little more. It's a nice little pond down there. Pretty good climb up here. So just came out of the trail, out of the woods there, and reached Route 118. Our resupply is going to be meeting us in the parking lot down there in about 30 minutes, so we've got a little time to kill. But see the double blazes across the street there. 10 a.m. just back on trail after getting our resupply from Hawkeye. As you can tell, I've got my umbrella deployed because it's another sunny day. I mean, rainy day. Liquid sunshine. So, here we go. I'm gonna go up Belvidere in the rain. So far, the trail up Belvidere has been actually a trail, which is kind of nice. There's a few little rocky parts where you're maybe put your trekking poles and grab hold of the rocks, but in general, this is what the trails looked like. It's a little muddy today, but not terrible so far. A little grown-in, which is in parts, which is interesting with the umbrella, but very doable. A little bit of a rock scramble as you reach near the top for the trail to the fire tower on top of Belvidere. But otherwise, the trail hasn't been too bad coming up. It's just a long and steady climb. So we've reached the point where you can go up to the summit fire tower. We'll see when Tup catches up if we're going to go there. I'd prefer not to because there's not going to be a view. But we'll see. Long trail north is that way, 2.8 miles to Tilloston Camp, which is where we're going to take lunch. That's the direction it came from.
So some may not think that the rainy weather is the ideal hiking situation. I might agree with that sometimes, but you also get different opportunities when the weather's not the ideal hiking situation. Being able to hear these little mountain spigots here. The drops coming off of the trees, water flowing between the rocks. It's a peaceful situation. I am grateful to have it.
So Tupt wanted to go, so here we are on top of Belvidere. Can actually see a little bit. So we'll see how brave we are if we're going to climb the fire tower or not. Yeah. Got a beautiful view of the asbestos mine down below. Wind towers, which aren't turning much, considering it's fairly windy up here. I'm surprised they aren't turning down over there, but
So I am currently on top of Belvidere Tower, fire tower, and this one's a little interesting because it doesn't have an actual top, like a roof. It has the mesh cage kind of thing and the wet deck to stand upon if you are so inclined. But I do have a bit of a view up here. And currently checking off another one of my fears on this trip. Devil's Gulch earlier today, and that ended up being actually kind of a pleasure to go through, thanks to some of the trail maintenance that was done there this past year. And this one is just another feather in the cap, because even though it's windy and rainy today, that horizon is just something else. More north to go. The trail is down there somewhere. Catch you guys later.
so coming down the north side of Belvidere, headed towards Tilloston. This is what the trail's looking like. It's a river again. Just came to a little beaver pond, just a little bit short of Tilloston shelter. Beautiful little pond. The beavers don't care if you know where the trail is. Kind of neat to see some activity. So we just came from that way. Long trail north, and water is that direction. And the shelter is right over here. And there's a bear box at this shelter. Hooray!
Substantial one.
Very big one. And here's the inside. Not much of a view. I'm guessing once upon a time there might have been a view out that window. So, end of day recap for day 23. 23 days on the trail. We started the morning at Spruce Ledge Camp. Met Hawkeye at the parking lot for a resupply, which was really nice.
Appreciated.
Yep, very much so. And he got to help out another hiker who needed a ride. Her name was Stripes, and he gave her a ride. Thinks she was trying to get to Johnson. But
just one of those days where you really wanted to get out of the wet if possible. I think she was there.
Yep. And so then from there we made our way up to the top of Belvidere Mountain. and somebody dragged me up to the fire tower. And then
I conquered another fear on my list. Woo! I went all the way to the top of Belvidere Fire Tower and took a video while I was up there. It really was an amazing view today, and I am glad that it was without incident. But that it's one more thing that I've been able to overcome in this particular hike. Just one more opportunity.
So then we made our way down to Tilloston Camp, where we're spending the night. Megamind did have plans of going much further, but by the time we got here, it was 3:15, and the thought of hiking another 4 hours after we ate lunch, which would have made it probably closer to 7:45 at the earliest, we would have gotten to camp. Figured we'd be nice to the people at the next campsite rather than coming in when they're getting ready for bed. And so we took the late afternoon and have relaxed and have dinner eaten. We're actually recording the end of day recap before the next day.
Before all the light is gone in the sky. It's kind of nice.
Yep, before all the light is gone in the sky. Took a chance to, we'll say, try to dry things out. I don't think they're actually dry, but they're drier than when we took them off. So we have a shelf full of socks and shoes and insoles of the shoes, and yeah, it's everything's been really wet. So gonna try to do a big day tomorrow. At the bare minimum, we're doing like 11 miles and possibly a little over 14. Got a couple big mountains to get over, and we'll see how tomorrow goes. We'll check in the morning.
Night night.
Bye.